Hi, everybody. I'm Susan Bermudez, the real estate gal with eXp Realty.
And Joshua Young here with JCM Lending.
I'm your East Valley realtor and lifestyle expert here in the Valley. So, today's topic we want to talk about is getting off the fence and buying a home now and not waiting till spring. So,
So
Joshua,
important.
this is, yeah, isn't this is something that is driving me crazy right now. So, because it's almost I can't get through to the clients to really understand the mathematics sometimes behind this because they're so focused on the rates, right? The rates right now are like a bouncing tiger, right?
Yeah, I mean, rates have been, kind of steadily decreasing, but it's not like a slippery slide, they've been moving slowly. And I think ultimately people's mind is still stuck months before where, they feel like rates are still at kind of highs, which, they're still higher than we would have expected over the last couple of years. But affordability is improving. It's just people aren't necessarily aware of that. And so the most common thing I get is, ooh, I'll wait. Like I'm gonna, give it some time. And I think that ultimately we want to talk about this today because there's consequences to that waiting, right? And I'm sure that's not lost on you either.
Yeah, I mean, especially so every time when I hear that, I was like, oh, so you want to rate? They always, well, they say to me, I just want to wait till the rates come down. And I was like, oh, so you'd like to pay more for the house, which is exactly what
Right?
they're going to be doing, right? Because
Basically, yeah.
Because you guys need to totally understand now, although rates are a little bit higher, this is what pulls back a lot of buyers right now. And
Hmm.
the exciting thing is those that need to buy or want to buy right now, this is when they lean in. This is when people can get the best deals that are going on right now. So, and then when rates start to go down and it's announced, guess what? Everybody's coming off the deal. So now you're competing with everybody. So the thing that I tell people is like, yeah, rates are a little bit high. Date the rate, buy the home, love the home, marry the home, right? Because there's always you do refis all the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're not stuck with that rate. It's not, the price carries with you. You're never going to escape the price you paid for the house. That's going to be something that is done and sealed, right? But the rate itself, um, listen, very few people keep their mortgage for 30 years, period. Like most people sell or move after 7 or 8 years. So it's not like you're locked into that rate forever, period. But on top of that, refinance opportunities are like that Tigger you were talking about, where they go away for a year, 2 years, and then they come right back. And that's just normal. Like refinance opportunities are going to be out there. And then I really like what you were saying about the opportunity to buy. And when you wait until the market's crazy to buy, you pay more. Warren Buffett, which, the name we all know, but a lot of people may not necessarily know, he's one of the most famed investors of US history, like world history. Like he's an incredible investor. And he has this quote that he talks about how smart investors, which buying a home is like an investment in a lot of ways, right? Smart
Absolutely.
investors buy or get in when everyone's afraid and getting out. And smart investors get out and stay away when everyone's trying to get in. And I think that our average everyday customer thinks in reverse that way. They're like, well, everyone's buying, I should buy. But the reality is there's a price to pay for that because competition pushes up prices. And that's kind of the passion that we have here is because we want to help our clients avoid that.
Yeah, and so and for me, it's just when we go in here, if there's not a lot of people buying right now, this is where I get super excited for my buyers. I'm like, let's go out there. Like, even if your mortgage payment is going to be $200 to $300 more a month, let's be honest, just simple math, guys. Even if we round it up, it's going to cost you $300 more a month right now because of the rates. Number one, it can be refinanced, but if you take three times 12, right? It's $3,600, $3,600. And then you times that times two. So maybe you're paying that rate for 2 years. That's 36 plus 36, right? We've got $7,200 if you were to buy today. So, case in scenario, if you were paying $300 more. But if everybody comes out and now there's all these homes, all these buyers, do you think logically you're going to pay less than $7,200 more for that house? And the answer is no, because when all this competition comes up, guess what the sellers do? Boom, here comes the increase on the prices. And now you've got multiple people trying to bid over. And when you're bidding over, it's more than $3,600. It's more than $7,200. In fact, it could be upwards of $10,000 or more. So
Oh,
here
and
comes
Susie,
the
let me just jump in on that because like we're not even in a low rate environment right now. And just this week, I've had a client who made an offer on a house, great starter home, 375 was their purchase price. They had two other people competing them with this, that is competitive, but it's not like seven or eight or nine people. And to
Mhm.
win the house, which they did, they had to offer 385. This is just the beginning, and it was already a $10,000 gap that they had to meet to win the property. You're talking about $7,200 over 2 years. Listen, the risk of waiting is significantly more than that, right? And so I totally
Absolutely.
empathize with what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense. 300 a month feels like a lot, and it is. Like I get that, but at least on my side, there are things we can do to help with that 300 a month, the affordability side of things. I mean, I've helped clients with buying down their interest rate. I've helped people use these products called buy downs, which give you a temporary relief on the rate while we wait for that refinance window to open up. And almost all of them leverage something called seller concessions, right? Where we get the seller to help pay for these things. I mean, is that something that you still see happening in the market right now, Susie?
100%. And this is the exciting thing here is that I have seller concessions that I actually chase after for all my buyers. So when we're talking about this $200 to $300 more, Josh, I get this, but this is why we have such a great, relationship, and we work together for the buyer because you're like,
Totally.
Susie, hey, this buyer really needs $10,000 to make this work because then I can buy the rate down. Or guess what? There's a lot of times we can say, hey, it's going to cost you $200 to $300 more a month. Okay. Well, let Susie go and go and negotiate for you, and then I get seller concessions. So seller concessions, can, yes, definitely buy down rates, but it also can reduce the amount of money that you're bringing to the table for
Right.
closing costs. So just think about that. If you didn't have to bring 10,000 more out of your checking account, then take that 10,000, put it into a different account. And here's what I just said. Even in 2 years, guys, it was $7,200. So you have $10,000, and every month just pull $300 off to offset that balance, right? So, but guess what? It's not your money because the seller paid it for you, So that's what's exciting right now. This is what can happen. These are all metrics that you and I work together to, help benefit the buyer. And it's like the math doesn't work, so this is why I literally sometimes want to kick them off of the fence to go, why are you not getting, like,
No
because I don't
violence,
want
no violence.
because I don't want you to pay more for the house than you need to, so
Yeah,
it's just understanding math. But this is my background, finance and business management. This is my background. This is what I love
totally.
to do. Right. And there's always more than one way to get to a number, right? To find a
Right.
solution. And this is why we marry so well, right? You have tons of solutions to help these buyers get into homes today. It's
Yeah,
it's
well, and
crazy.
yeah, I mean, to that point, like I just want to kind of add one other bit of math to the full story here, which is that in 2024, we really expect home prices to appreciate or grow 4 to 6% at least. I mean, Arizona had a kind of a rough 2023 and it's going to rebound fast and hard, I think. So it could really surprise us how much. But let's just take that 4% number and let's just imagine we bought a $400,000 house as an entry level. That's $16,000 a year that it will appreciate or grow in price. So even if we just think I'm going to wait until spring, which is 4, 5, 6 months from now, we're talking about like 4,000 of price every quarter to get to 16,000 a year. So just waiting until summer could cost you $8,000 in lost appreciation, right? So it's not, you know, it's not an actual cost to you, but it's lost appreciation. And if you buy in the summer, you'll pay that 8,000 more. So when we start to talk about like the savings you can get from the negotiation power you have with concessions that can help mitigate the affordability issue, and then we add to that the fact that you could lose out on appreciation that is really net worth. It's wealth to you and your family is what it is. And then end it with, but you'd have to pay that later. You can kind of see why we're passionate about the ways we can help people buy now that help them avoid that and stuff. And so, and to your point, this is a partnership. I can provide lots of opportunities to help people finance in a meaningful way, but I really have to kick it back to you, Susie, for all the creative ways you negotiate and go to bat for your clients to help win these things, because it takes both of us, but it's not once or twice we've done this, right? I mean, this has been a successful play for us.
Yeah, and the thing is, guys, is that waiting, there are a lot of aggressive sellers right now, that have had their
Right.
homes on the market for, I think average days on market here is like 96 days, so that's a
The
lot.
holiday effect.
It's a little yeah, it's a little crazy, but guess what? When you're dealing with, we always typical of New Year, everybody wants to put their home back on because they didn't want to deal with the holidays. That's
Totally.
great. But here comes the old sellers going, oh no, here comes more inventory that we have to compete with, right? So
Hmm.
they're dropping their prices, or they're offering incentives, and they're offering bonuses or things to try to get their home sold. So here, as I'm working with buyers that want to get in today, I'm taking them and figuring out what they want and having that buyer consultation, but going, hey, here's an idea. We're going to go chase after these homes because I could build more into the deal as far as seller concessions, maybe a price reduction and things like that. And they might be open to it a little bit more than somebody that who just put their home on the market, last week. So
Right.
it's being a little bit more aware of what's going on in the market, which we need to. This is why we work together. This is why I stay up on everything that's East Valley. Where are we at? How many homes are on the market? How many people are coming in here? Who are we competing with? So I can put that strategic plan in place to be successful with my buyers. And there's nothing greater than when I hand over the keys and here I get an emotional buyer that goes, Susie, I just never thought I could own my own home. I just never thought I could do it. And that's my why. This is why I do it, because I was like, let me
Totally.
tell you, I know you can't, but I've got the people in place, and this is why Josh and I go to bat. We're going to make this happen. So there are a lot of strategic ways. So getting and waiting, just remember when you hear that, hey, I want to wait until the rates come down. Basically, you want to wait till the home prices go up. So remember that they go hand in hand. So
Totally.
we really want to explain to you guys that it's not a great idea. So if you're looking for a house, stop waiting. Don't make me kick you off the fence, right, Josh? Not any violence, but don't make me do that.
Yeah.
So because
It's
it
not,
is,
yeah.
it's yeah, right? So
Yeah. It's not the perfect time to buy for everyone, but it
right.
really is a perfect time to buy for people that need to buy. And that's
Mhm.
the message we want to get out there. If you're looking to move up in the size of your home to meet your family's needs, or to move down, because maybe some people have flown the coop, the reality is that right now is a great time to buy. If you're relocating and you're thinking I'll just rent until summer, like, again, you need a home. Right now is a great time to do it. And I just want to back up to what you were just talking about, Susie. Like, so many people know a realtor, a friend, a family member, and they just think, I'll call them when I'm ready. But if you just listen to what Susie was just talking about, having a realtor that will focus on homes that have been listed for a little while longer, because she knows that she can negotiate thousands of dollars of benefit for you, versus just looking at the market as general, like what homes are available. No, no, no. Like building a strategy to it, literally go after the homes that present the best opportunity for you. This is the difference between a professional, established, excellent realtor and someone that's just doing this on the side or part-time. And listen, there are a lot of part-time realtors, and I trust me, I get it. I love my aunt too, or whoever that's a realtor, right? But the
Yeah.
reality is that somebody like Susie can make such a meaningful difference in the price you pay and the affordability of the home, and ultimately in creating that vision in your mind that this dream could become possible. So really want to endorse you, Susie, in that way. You do such a great job at that stuff. And overarching theme
I get a
here.
award right now? Like, dang.
Yeah, hey,
Thank
it's just true.
you.
It's true. And the reality is we believe passionately in this. This is why today's topic was really important to us. We got to get this message out. Waiting until rates go up is like saying you want to pay more. And there are really great deals out there right now. Don't be afraid of the rate. Trust me when I say refinancing is not that painful. In fact, I have a lot of cool programs and things for the refinancing side of the business. I'll take care of you on that. You get a low price now, you can get a low rate later. And the combination of those two things, it's a winning strategy.
Yeah, it really is. And then plus you're going to have the keys to your own home. So you're not paying,
Right.
although I do own rentals. So I was like, I appreciate that you're paying for my appreciation and give me money. Don't say that. So anybody that's out there, but in reality, yeah, that's what we're here for. You want your own home. You want your own investment. You want to take that appreciation at the end of the year. So we've got great strategies, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be here next week with another topic so that we can bring to you. I'm Susan Bermudez, the real estate gal. Our information is going to be down below to contact Josh and myself. We'd love to help you. Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to help you and get you guys into a home today. But thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week, right, Josh?
Yeah.
Another
Thanks, guys.
week. Okay, bye, guys.